Hello, Sunshine Sea Heels here, coming to you live from Del Mar, California. Had some issues just now with trying to do an Instagram live, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it in my own format. I don't know what it was, but it was just not letting me post, and my whole screen was like psychedelic, and I know my stuff that I say is like way too hot and like way too cool and like way too deep and way too real. So fuck it, here I am on my own vid, and I'll post it in my own time on my YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and upload it when I want. I was attempting to do a live, so anyway, back to square one. I did get a phone call, which kind of did girl interrupted there for me there a bit. So anyhow, meanwhile, back down at the ocean. So was talking to you about the fact that I am a mystic, I am an intuitive, and I am a healer, and that's what I like to kind of call myself because it's really hard to money, to kind of I don't know, pigeonhole myself or what have you. I don't really do that great with like labels and things like that, but because there's just too many wonderful juicy things that I can call myself, that I don't want to limit myself at all. But I do know that my main goal here on Earth, planet Earth this time around, is to be a light worker, is to be a way shower, is to be a lover, is to be a healer, an artist, and a friend. So cheers. I'm having a little penile therapy, which by the way has the most resveratrol in it. And I stopped here at 11th Street, and then I went over to 9th here in Del Mar, and I wanted to do a reading. I have a few different wonderful decks that I am working with right now that are brand new, and my goal is, because I have about 50 different decks, and anytime I do a reading, they end up in this big beautiful suitcase on wheels, and I take it everywhere, and they're all disheveled and they're all perfectly imperfect, which is actually the law of what's that, randomness, I think it is the law of randomness. And there is a sort of quantum physics theory, this is science folks, y'all, so listen up, about the order and the law of randomness. Randomness means that the universe actually likes consciousness, and it likes order, and there is a consciousness and an order that we cannot perceive, that is higher than we can intellectualize or quantify, if you will, even scientifically at this point. Well, they can scientifically quantify that there is that, but people don't comprehend that. Let's say that, unless you're super like duper like, you know, 12th dimension, Buddha, you know, enlightened, all that stuff. So ascended masters and such. So I want to bring down, we're going to do a beautiful guided meditation. I want to show you the beautiful view that I'm looking at right now at 9th Street. Sorry to move the camera around, but it's a little sunny, so I wanted to get a little shade down here. So I'm sitting by this beautiful seeded out daisy bush and some statice and cactus and yucca, all the statice on the cliff, the sun, the waves and the surfers, the ocean, the palms, all the beautiful fauna, the trees, all the beautiful homes here. There's La Jolla down there where I was yesterday with my lovely clients. A few boats out there. There's a little swell here at 9th. 11th, which is my alma mater, is a couple streets over, obviously. Beautiful space here in Del Mar, California today on this sunny, fun day. Sunday fun day. I decided to come down here and to do a reading. I was running errands. I want to let you all know that I am looking to relocate. I am a single mom, empty nester of 2 teens, going to school now, and I was in a 2-bedroom ranch style house in Encinitas, Rancho Santa Fe area that was beautiful, but just too big of a home now that it's just me. So I've been focusing on downsizing, I've been focusing on minimalizing, being more minimalist. Ooh, look at the wave. Swell right there. Ooh, he's riding it. going on down the line. So yeah, so in my business, I've been definitely being more minimalistic. In my also spiritual autonomy, love life, and all of my relationships, I've been more minimalistic. So that means for me, making sure that if it's not a holy hell yes, it's a no. And that's what I tell my clients, and I love that one. And that's Hestia. If it's not a holy hell yes, it's a no. So I'm gonna come down here, sit down here and get comfy because it's a little sunny. And I'm going to share with you this beautiful moment. I was sharing earlier on Instagram Live. Getting the camera right here because it's a little low. Let's see. I want it to be kind of positioned correctly. I guess we'll just do it this way. This should be good. How's that? Resting you against my Pinot Noir Mark West. Pinot Noir, and that is Pinot Therapy, which by the way is very good for any kind of pain. And I don't really like to take pills or anything like that. And I was sharing earlier on my live on Insta that was so rudely interrupted that I have been going through some different healing stuff. I've definitely had a dark night of the soul, as a lot of us starseed, light workers, way showers, intuitives, empaths, healers have since COVID and all that kind of stuff. And I feel that a lot of us have been able to focus and realign as being a healer. Now, I do not, and I understand Jung talks about the wounded healer. I do not like to resonate with that anymore. That is something that as higher level ascended master and mastery is to be a healer, but to have gone through the dark night of the soul and to be a wounded healer, but to come out the other end and to be able to serve the collective with the most highest light, and to surrender to that most high, most light. Yeah, and the breeze is just coming in. It's just so nice. Thank you for being here on my channel, Sunshine Sea Heals. You can put a donation for me of any kind. I have helped thousands of people, and I make it my mission. This is my full-time job. This is what I do. I'm an intuitive and a mystic and an empath and a healer and an artist of love and light and healing and growth and fun and freedom. So I help people on their soul path to get on their highest soul path of why they're truly here, their highest soul expression, their highest soul truth, highest soul health, highest soul happiness, highest soul freedom, sovereignty, health. So yeah, just help people really to jump timelines and awaken, and to speak their truth, and to know who they really are and why they're truly here on this planet, in this lifetime, in this now, in this beautiful Age of Aquarius, as I am an Aquarian, a fellow Aquarian, and the golden era moving into, and have been for some time. So it's really nice to have you all joining and being more involved in being intuitive and being healthy, being empowered and being in alignment with nature and the elements. And that's what I support. I support people also to be their highest creative selves, what their truest passion is, why you're here, your soul purpose. So that's my specialty. Cheers to that. Salute on this beautiful day. The wind's coming through, the waves are coming. The lines are setting up, the sets are setting up, the ocean feels us and hears us. Let's do a quick little guided meditation. I want to make sure that everybody is grounded. I want to make sure that everybody is centered. I want you to feel your 5D energy. So I want you to feel not necessarily just the 3D energy, which the 3D energy is like, oh, grow roots in the soles of your feet. And I was doing a lot of those meditations for a while. And I kind of realized that that's not really the way, thanks to Steve Nobel, that we want to ground out. Why is that? It's not like it's bad to be barefoot and to be grounded, because let's face it, the rubber soles don't connect us to the piezoelectricity that we need to have our grounding. That's why they make grounding beds. That's why it's wonderful to go barefoot. But, you know, hence getting rid of fluorescent lights and that screen time and all that kind of stuff. We have to ground out, we have to rewild, we have to go back into nature. We have to get into our breath, we have to get into the elements. I shouldn't say have, we get to, and that's the beauty, that's the joy of life, the beauty of life, the art of life. definitely consider myself an artist of love, an artist of life, joie de vie, it's, la vie en rose, you know, seeing the sweet things in life. I like to share that. I'm an artist as well. I'm a photographer. I'm a beauty maker. I'm a cook. I do those types of things. I'm a great homemaker, great with clothes and design and colors. I do hair, you know, stylist and all that kind of stuff. My mom's definitely that. She taught me all about that. We were all, my mom's a total clothes horse. She is a stylist to everyone. She's very talented, and yeah, I get that. Learned how to make a home beautiful, house proud. I'm a glamper as AF. That's where I do my pop-up events. I specialize in being able to go out anywhere and make it really glamorous and lovely and bougie and comfortable and very soulful and colorful and comfortable, you know, just have my plush pillows and my blankets and velvet and luxe stuff that allows my clients to feel comfortable and really taken care of and loved and nurtured. Let's do a quick guided meditation, and then I'll get the little mini reading on, and then we'll move on. So I want you to close your eyes, and I invite you to take some nice, beautiful cleansing breaths. Now we're going to be tapping into what's called the 5D, and this is the new earth that we're holding the energy for. This is where we're letting a lot of the 3D karma, the suffering, the matrix, some of the institutionalized aspects. The Piscean era fell way before the Aquarian era that we're in right now. And in the 70s, there were a lot of songs by progressive, you know, hippies, so to speak, that were talking about the dawning of the Age of Aquarius. Well, that's all mathematical. That's a timeline, right? So we are moving and we are in the Age of Aquarius, and the 70s was the dawning. So there's always, with energy, with the planets, with the moon, with timelines, with the earth, there is an evolution. It doesn't just like happen like that, like overnight, right? So things have to evolve. Things have to go on an organic timeline. It's not linear, it's holistic. So we have been slowly but surely evolving into this new reality. And of course you saw the forefathers and mothers that were ushering in a wave of consciousness, a wave of awareness, a wave of peace, equality, and oneness. So I would like to say that the Age of Aquarius is really about the modern advent of technology, which also is allowing all of us to become more educated, more enlightened, and more connected. Now, there's always a double-edged sword with anything that's powerful like that. The modern advent of technology, of course, has made us disconnected as well. So we always have to balance that. It's just like anything. It's like junk food or anything that you watch or binge. It's awesome until it's not. So we always want to keep that, right? Spiritual hygiene. It's all about balance, right? So the fact that we have this amazing tool to allow us to be more connected than ever, to allow us to be more educated and more independent, autonomous, and you know, enlightened is really, oh, beautiful little peaceful dove right here. Hello, little dove. Thank you for saying hello. is a wonderful thing, and there is always the flip side of all of that kind of stuff that we want to make sure that we're balancing that. It's just like junk food, right? Our pleasure food, or any of our favorite foods, or any of our favorite shows, we can use it to feel good, we can use it to connect, we can use it for all of these wonderful things, even a glass of wine, right? But a bottle is too much, right? So every day we want to dance, we want to sing, we want to heal, we want to laugh, we want to pray, we want to you know, be silent, and we want to share. So it's always that balance. And so the same with the Age of Aquarius is that we came from the Piscean era, which was institutions. We came from hospitals, jails, schools, marriage, contracts, government, this kind of thing. Everything sort of like systematic, compartmentalized, and binding, if you will. Whereas now we're moving into the Age of Aquarius, which is not so much in sort of like this 3D matrixy kind of institutions and, you know, what is it? Born, married, buried, however that is. You know, Kurt Cobain said it. I forget what it is. Married, buried, yeah. You know, you're born and then you're married and you're buried. So, you know, these kinds of things, or incarceration, drugs also. Piscean era has to do with Neptune, which is about illusion. It has to do with the moon. It has to do with things not being clear. It has to do with some of the wounded feminine energy as well. Where the Age of Aquarius comes in and we're more masculine orientated, I am an Aquarius, so I know that we're natural givers, whereas a Pisces is going to be, a Piscean is in the era, would be more yin, more feminine. Some of the wounded victim type mindsets, very empathic, sometimes to a, you know, not such a good degree. I'm just getting in the shade a little bit here. So the Aquarians can be head over heart, where the Pisceans are all about your feels. You know, the drugs were a escape. So Neptune is about escapism. It's about illusion. It's about fantasy. Where Aquarians were more logical, more realistic, more cerebral. So we come in to really take the knife and cut the dead weight that pulls us back. Take the knife of truth, the sword of light, lovingly, like Archangel Michael, if you will, and cut out the baggage, the stuff that doesn't serve us, the stuff that doesn't suit us, and allowing us to be more free, to be more streamlined, to move forward in a better trajectory, rather than being held back by things like drugs, institutions, jails, contracts, marriage, schools, things of that nature. So Aquarians allow that, the Age of Aquarius allows us to transcend all that by the advent and the usage of technology. The technology allows us the freedom to be mobile, to ambulate, if you will, and move around, right? And to go internationally and to learn internationally from the internet. So we can have a job that allows us to be free and untethered, which is a wonderful part of the Age of Aquarius. We can have residual income through the internet, through any of our, things that we are utilizing to monetize, whether that be Amazon or something like this. Oh, feel free to donate to me, and this is my full-time job. I am an intuitive and healer, light worker, mystic, and I am on Venmo, Sunshine Car, SUNSHINE, my name, last name, CARR, space in between. Also, you can, I think I'm on Cash App, if that's easier for a lot of people for donations. Feel free to DM me, feel free to leave me a comment, and feel free to set up an intuitive reading with me, what I call a soul reading, which basically is myself, my cards, my guided meditation, my prayers, my protection, my beautiful mosaic from 60 different tarot cards, giving you the best that I have to help you on your beautiful path to enlightenment, to freedom, to empowerment. How do we monetize you in your highest, best soul gift? That is my power and my purpose. It took me a long time to figure this out and to like fuse everything together. So I'm really went through a lot of struggle with that. So I think anything that's difficult, we tend to, whatever we teach, we need. So it was something that I needed, and I did have some nice mentors, but the world wasn't caught up in the Age of Aquarius yet. There was still just a lot of fear, repression, foggy Neptunian energy going on. Supposed to go into this career, didn't necessarily work. So long story short, ended up evolving through all of this by the need, through healing myself, learning about what happened to me, how I could help myself, and then turn that pivot pain to purpose to power. All right, so Let's go through a little guided meditation because my phone's now on low power mode. Closing your eyes. I just want you to focus on your breath and my voice. You'll hear crows and cars and people and bustling, and I am in a beautiful place here in Del Mar. You know, it's a residential area right on the ocean. And hear that beautiful wave, hear the waves if you can in the background, and breathe that in. Drawing in peace in your body. Breathing into those areas of your body that feel tense or dense, and what does that feel like? Do you feel stuck? Does it feel heavy? What color is it? For me right now, I'm feeling it in my shoulder blades. It feels like wings that feel heavy, that want to fly and feel light. Aquarians are very air spirits. We're ruled by air, so we like our freedom. We like our expression. Who doesn't? And we're all here to do that. So Aquarians are going to be reminders of that. How do we unshackle ourselves and open our hearts? You know, breath of fire and all of this beautiful stuff. So breathing in, nice rhythmic breaths for now. You can do breath of fire later, or you can actually message me about that. I can share that with you. I love that one. You can Google it or YouTube, it's all over. Ancient practice from the yogis. I've been doing yoga for a lot of years. Kundalini, it's very nice. So listening to my voice, I want you to remember a time when you were most seen, most heard, most loved, most understood. And I want you to just imbue your whole body with that and breathe into that energy of how that feels. How you felt most seen, most loved, most understood, and really bring that into your body. Bring that into your souls, your cells, your RNA and your DNA. And I want you to connect to the 5D. I don't want you to think about Mother Earth right now. It is Mother Earth, but it's the new Earth. I want you to think about the highest, best version of Earth that you could create, and your avatar that you are creating, that you really are. So focusing on the positive and breathing, just like the ancient Peruvians with the ayahuasca ceremonies. Breathe out that bad energy. Breathe out the spirits that no longer serve you, the energy. If it's dense, breathe it out. And breathe in the new. Visualize your beautiful home. Visualize your beautiful life, your beautiful health, your beautiful body, your beautiful soul, your beautiful vessel, your beautiful vehicle. Visualize your beautiful partner, your yard, the ocean, the river, the lakes, the gardens, whatever it may be. Feel and immerse yourself in the energy of feeling most seen, most heard, most loved, most understood. Ground out to that reality. That's your bar, that's your default, that's your go-to, that's where people can meet you now. That's your highest self, whom you really are in your highest soul purpose. And then I want you to think about the things that you thought about when you were a child, the things that were never actualized, the things that you always loved, the very first blush, I call it, of the things that you were drawn to. For me, it was sacred temples, archaeology, you know, travel, sacred sites, mysteries, supernatural, and I'm still doing that to this day. And I'm figuring out a way now to integrate that and to monetize that. And that's where I'm at. And it took me a lifetime to do that. So I honor you to do that now, so we can fast track you now and move you into that now, so that you can really experience that in this lifetime. So holding that energy, I'm holding that for myself. I see myself sovereign. I see myself as a healer, very cerebral, very respected, very high level, having a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom from the ancient, but also from the now, very modern, seamless technology that I can utilize that quantifies all the things that I believe and all the things that I know without knowing how I know what I know, and allowing others and inviting others to come in to experience that reality as well, and to feel free by that, and to feel well in that, not to be afraid of that, and to embrace that, and to be empowered and to be healed, and also monetize that. Because love is the new currency, energy is money, and we are all here to experience that wealth and abundance. Anything else isn't light, it isn't love, it isn't the highest. But if you're experiencing it and you're not well and you're imbalanced, then you're not balanced in your soul. It's all things that you need to come into equal harmony and equilibrium with. All right, so grounding in that reality, visualize yourself driving what you want, living where you want, and know that you deserve it. Let the subconscious manifest. Because if you don't truly deserve it, and you feel you don't deserve it because you do, then you're going to manifest from the subconscious, which really doesn't totally feel that I deserve it. But you do, I'm telling you. No, you do. You just have forgotten that you do. Okay, so I'm putting you over here. Get a little shade. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull some cards now. So open your heart and have a query, have a question, and sit it on your heart. This is the Clairvoyant Oracle. So we're going to start a brand new deck I got, and I'm making myself have these decks in the car, and I'm going to go for it. We're going to do a little nice 3-card spread out of 3 different decks. The other one is the Sacred Feminine Oracle, and the other is the Inversion Tarot. Brand new cards. I'm shuffling kind of on a little sidewalk here in Del Mar. Sunshine Sea Hills on Instagram and also on YouTube, and also Sunshine Car on Venmo. On Cash App, it is $ Sunshine Sea Heels. Oh, sorry, Sunshine Sea Yoga Arts. So that's SUNSHINE SEA YOGA ARTS. Sunshine Sea Yoga Arts. Okay. And DM with any questions, messages, or if you want to schedule private. Ooh, this one just flopped over on top of the deck. Opportunity. Beautiful. Beautiful path to ascending, to going up higher. This beautiful journey of this man and this woman up this mountaintop on this beautiful gold path. Follow the yellow brick road up to this gorgeous castle. And it feels like the Himalayas. It feels like enlightenment. It feels like mastery. And remember that the closer you get to your castle, the more stealth the guards. So always remember that. You know, have no fear. Know that when you are getting closer, you're going to be challenged. And you have to really man up. You have to woman up. This one flopped over as well. I want to encourage you all to find a mentor. I don't care if it's a therapist or a shrink, number 9, and then number, these are flopping out of my hands, 23. 2 and 3 is change, a 5, about great abilities and great change. 9 is completion of a cycle, and this is going to fast track you into opportunity by finding a mentor. Because the closer that you get to your sovereignty and your spirit, the higher that you get on the ranks, so to speak, of your freedom and your autonomy and your enlightenment, the more you get to monetize things, right? It's true. Higher your vibration. If you're here for a service in light, that's where you're going to go. Emotional release. This is the same spread that I got actually yesterday for several of my clients down in La Jolla at the Cove. You can find me there at Ellen Browning Park. DM me and I'll let you know when I'm going to be there live on the ocean doing readings. Absolutely beautiful with guided meditation, prayers, and protection. So here we have emotional release, number 8, about abundance. I love it. She's rewilding, she's letting go, she's releasing. Super powerful. On the bottom of the deck, what you don't see is that you are making peace, just like the strength card in traditional tarot, with the cheetah in the jungle of the warrior. Underneath all of the pain and the distractions and the stress and the out of alignmentness, we have opportunity and we have strength. And this was the other card I pulled yesterday. It's about heart-mind balance. Sometimes we need to be head over heart. Sometimes we need to be heart over head. And we need to be discerning enough to navigate to know when that needs to shift. And it's just as easy as flowing with the wind when you are a sailboat in the water and the wind and the elements. You got to shape shift, right? You have to change. You can't stay stuck, right? We all know what that fucking day feels like, right? So you don't want that. So now I'm going to move into another new deck that I got. It's really beautiful. And it is called the Sacred Feminine Oracle. And it's beautiful. It's pink. I love this freaking pink. This is so bubblegum pink. And then it's got the gilded gold on the sides. It's pretty dope. So, and take this babiche, if you will. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, this car is pretty cool. These people just pulled up in an old Mustang. It's juicy. All right, so the next card I got is Committed. I like it. It's a number 9, held to the yeah, so we move from 8 to 9. I love that. That's completion, that's power, that's mastery. End of cycles. Yeah, we had the 8 is abundance, and the 9 is completion. I can't make this up. Can't make it up. There is an aspect of us in the collective right now that I'm picking up on, because I read for the collective, and I have my barometer. It's on the ephemeral pulse of what's going on with the youth and the collective. I read the Akashic energy fields, right? I know it's hard sometimes, but whatever. I'm a warrior, and I am committed. I'm on the spiritual front lines. I do the things that are frightening. Sometimes I don't, but I have to. Every time I don't, I get in trouble. Threatened. This is gnarly. This is a number 2. Okay, this is interesting because to me this feels like it's this blood red energy right here, similar to this dope car that I'm looking at. But this one the car has more purple in it, so it's more enlightened. This kind of stuff, this red energy, has to do with jealousy. Just gonna say, it has to do with anger, has to do with fear of money, which poverty consciousness, which we all carry from generations. So I'm clearing that bloodline. We're fast tracking it. No more, because it's about feeling empowered. It's about feeling abundant, and it's about saying yes. So anybody, any bloodline, anything that challenges us and makes us feel less than, or is like jelly, or is trying to compete or control, that's their story, that's their ego, that's their problem. We all are connected from a love standpoint, but you know what? You got to make the decision. I'm picking the indecisive card. To have boundaries, spiritual autonomy, spiritual hygiene, spiritual boundaries about the company that you keep. The people that are closest to you are going to be affecting you the most. You need to make sure that the circle around you is small. The more you rise, right, and the more you become refined. There are going to be people, unfortunately, that are not going to be interested in your highest best interest. They're not going to be interested in seeing you do your dreams and actualize yourself, because they didn't, okay? So they're still holding on to stuff that's the struggle. And you're just going to be effortless, and you're going to drift away from that kind of energy. It's as simple as that. I know it's hard, though. We do have to make those decisions, because we have stories in our brains and our cells and our minds and our hearts that make us feel obligated and make us feel guilt. Guilt is self-hatred. We do not have any obligations, to be honest, other than ourselves. Because when we are in our highest sovereign selves, honestly, that's actually the only time when we're really rising up and can actually model anything for anybody and give anything to anybody and have anything to clear for our past bloodlines, from our ancestors up in heaven watching us, from our children to be born in front of us. If we clear that shit, then they don't have to go through that. They don't have to hold it. It's the only way it works. The martyrs that feel like they just have to, just keep holding it, they're sick. They didn't learn from society, it's not their fault, or their ancestors, that they could drop that shit like a hot potato, and it is not theirs to hold. The energy that they're feeling, the fear and the guilt through the bloodlines, is subconscious, it's from the DNA, and you do not have to hold that stuff. It's a lie. It's just like somebody busting out of some small town that's like, I just have so many other things to do. And they're like, it's the rare one. You know, we all have that ability. We just forget. We go to sleep when we think we have to stay in the same, Groundhog Day and be like, The goddess card is beautiful. I love this. So this is me being a goddess. This is me rising up. This is me saying things that are fearless, and it helps all of us. And We all are gods and goddesses. Religion makes us think that we have to be afraid and we're less than. I could go on and on. I don't have to script. I'm channeling straight from source. I'm dropping codes. These are downloads. This is for you. This is for the collective. I might get blocked on social media sometimes, you know, because they're just weird and they don't want this, but fuck them. And here it goes. So I'm here to set us free. I'm tired of it. Everyone's tired of it. And I'm excited to do what I do. So watch me work. All right, so that's my reading. Maybe a couple more cards. My phone may die. Yeah, starting to get a little bit on a roll right now. I'm getting on a bender, getting a little on a tangent. I need to calm down. But I am a spiritual goddess warrior. I am here on the front lines. You know, it's nice to not always be on the bottom anymore, because I actually leveled up and spoke my truth. And when you do that, you do get monetized, you do get respected. It's scary sometimes. You think you're going to be hated or whatever, or judged and all that, but that's all stupid. I mean, we're all doing that. We all people please. We all do that. We split ourselves. It's called being duplicitous, when we're fucking not the same person in 7 different places, because society makes it, we have to say this one thing around this person, this judge, this policeman, this counselor, this mother, this father, this friend, quote unquote, you know, in order to keep our jobs and things like that. It's so archaic. There's a right way to say something that feels true in your heart, where you don't even have to get upset. I'm just getting excited for you. I'm not upset. I'm just like passionate. There's a difference. So these cards are jumping out. Oh, Queen of Wands, 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. So this is what I'm talking about. Queen of Wands energy is about being passionate, being free, being sovereign, being an entrepreneur, being savvy, being excited, you know, being lit up, glowing up. And this doesn't have to be gender specific, but it's your divine feminine self that is like, she's like glowing up, you know, gold. It's happening. Fearless, right? And after a lot of conflict. The 5 of Wands is about conflict. It's about dueling and duality and challenging and family and all this stuff that keeps us in these weird stories. And then what I love is the 7 of Wands comes in, and the 7 of Wands is more than the 5, so it's like, hold your ground, stand your ground, keep rising, keep glowing to that queen. You are that. You're going to get there. We're getting there together, one by one. And then on the bottom of the deck that you can't see, I'll just give a shout out to one of my favorite cards that I resonate with, which is the Hierophant, which is all about spirituality. It's all about spiritual mastery. This is actually a Taurus card, so it's about being kind of an enlightened masculine, which I really love. The enlightened masculines are coming about, and holding the energy for them, and holding the energy for the women as well. And look at that, I get King of Wands, which is a match to the Queen of Wands, which I just pulled. So we got our king and we got our queen. And what is the king and the Queen of Wands all about? They're all about entrepreneurship. They're all about glowing up. They're all about being excited. They're all about being stoked. They're all about their fire, their light, their power, their inspiration, their ideas, that fast energy, that fire. Okay, but it's all about balance, you know. Then we need to like temper some of that fire with water and just be calm and plant the seeds and make it happen in the real 3D, right? Even though I don't want to talk about 3D so much. We can manifest things in 5D too. They do come into 3D. They have to come into physical reality on this plane in order to be manifested in this earth life that we're in right now. So we got to do that. And that's all right, as long as they're super high level, high vibrational. They actually shift the 3D. Just saying, you know, it's just how it works. 10 of Cups energy here I got right in front of me. That's beautiful. That's emotional fulfillment. That's the highest emotional mastery that's going. And when you are in your power and you're standing your ground and you're in your glow up, you do get emotionally fulfilled. It's a dual thing. The earth and the fire, the fire and the water, the cups and the chalices of the water, work together hand in hand, because think about it, we are all water, and so we're emotional, and we hold vibrations through our thoughts and feelings. And when we get excited about things and we're happy and we're passionate, then we feel emotionally satisfied and emotionally stoked and emotionally fulfilled. So they go hand in hand. So I love water and fire. I think those are two of my favorite elements. Besides the air, I'm an air girl all the way, Aquarius, yay. So we've got to have all of that balance, right? It's kind of fun. We get to have those elements. I like to take a lot of baths myself to get myself in the water element because it helps me feel. I don't have a lot of water in my chart. I'm more of a mental, fiery person. So I like to be around people who can make me feel, water signs and such. All right, this is me. I'm out. Sunshine Sea Heals. I'm so happy to connect with you. I really feel so stoked. I'm super stoked. I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity for this moment to be together.